Hi, this is Rubina Dhankar from brand Rubina. My Insta handle goes by the name of Styling Concepts by Rubina. Let me tell you a bit about our brand. Old school as can old school go. We don't even provide for 3Ds, and yet God and clients have been super kind to us. 10 years in, we've done so many projects. I have zero vocational education to interiors. I've learned everything on the job. It's a journey that I pinch myself for multiple times over. It's something that is a little unbelievable. That said, let me move on to the project. They knew I don't do 3Ds. They knew I'm an old school brand. I have my own ways and means of making them imagine what the house will look like. But never would I lend a render, and that's just so against my policy. And I'll tell you why. I feel a generic growth to design is always way better. It gets far more personalized than having 5 meetings and trying to discover what your client wants and putting that into a look. With that faith that they came to me, in the end I have been told I didn't let them down at all on their expectation. So you'll see it has a lived-in feel to it. It is not unnecessarily opulent where not needed. But in this particular house we've done no wallpapers whatsoever, and we are happy not to. It's not a necessity for us. We feel that if a client's comfort doesn't lie with it, you should not push your agenda. And happily so, we went with the flow of doing no wallpapers. I also remember the client constantly saying, we love the way you use colors, so give us ample amount of colors. And while we were planning the furniture, they saw I was just going for basic wooden polished tones and little specks of black here and there, and not really working the colors onto the furniture. Same came for the fabric part. They realized I was just doing the neutral shades, and they were wondering, in a very polite fashion, they would nudge me and ask as to where is all the color going to come from, and which I strongly feel styling is the cherry on the cake. A lot of people believe furniture makes for a home. I believe furniture makes for the utility of a home, most definitely. But the aesthetic comes from styling, and lo behold, I didn't let them down. Right from the rugs to the cushions to the accessories, everything has the right sort of a subtle pop that lent to the tones that they were hoping for. And there's just one particular dresser in the baby room, their daughter's room, which they both fell in love with, and they ideally could have done it in theirs, but jokes apart, it's the only major pop of color in the entire house. Rest everything is pretty much subtle. So you'll see in the living room, you'll see different tones of browns, you'll see blacks and teal greens infused in, and so I never follow a diktat of there's no rule book for me. Nobody can tell me that this is how interiors need to be done. I feel interiors should be done for the person living in that house, and that should reflect their personality and their need. And so for me, considering the fact that I'm not vocationally educated to this effect, nobody's put me in a box, and I'm open to experimenting to the highest degree or playing it as safe as need be. With that said, I hope you like the project that you see, and we've been told our clients have absolutely loved the home. Once again, very, very, very grateful for Little Black Book to have considered us worthy of this feature. Thank you for watching, and for more such content, please follow lbb.in.